Hi guys, what follows is an excerpt of one of the many training videos you'll get as part of Alpha 2.0 Maximus, which will be available this Thursday on February 25th. Maximus is every course I've ever done, all 5 of them, and every book I've ever written, all 8 of them, in one big giant bundle for a 26% discount. Also, to celebrate the launch of Alpha 2.0 Maximus at 2 p.m. EST, on February 25th, I will be doing a free webinar on the Alpha Male 2.0 lifestyle with a full Q&A at the end. Go to a2maximus.com or click the link below to register your spot. This webinar is free. Just a few days left to register for that. Now here's the clip. It's regarding social freedom, which is a core Alpha 2.0 trait. Enjoy.
Social freedom. The ability to take action without giving a shit about what other people in your life think or do. Again, I talk about this very briefly in the book. I'm going to go into more detail about it here. Social freedom is about being a true adult. So let me explain that. Most people, in my opinion, most adults, never really achieve a full level of adulthood. Most adults, in my opinion, and I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an anthropologist, so I can't tell you this scientifically, but I'm just giving you my anecdotal experience. But I've worked with literally thousands of people, so I have a lot of anecdotal experience. And in my extreme anecdotal experience, most adults never really venture emotionally and psychologically past about age 15 or 16. And I'll give you a really easy example. When adults get traditionally monogamously married, and they're in their 20s, 30s, even 40s, and they say, and they're serious when they say that, we'll never get divorced, or I'll never want to have sex with anyone else. That is an adolescent level of thinking. That's what 15-year-olds say and 16-year-olds say. If you've ever seen a 16 or 17-year-old get married because they're in a weird state where they're allowed to do that legally, that's their attitude they have. Oh, I'm in love. We're in love. And so I'll never want to have sex with anybody else. I'm in love. We'll never get divorced. That's not going to ever happen. Oh no, we're going to stick it out through thick and thin like my grandparents did back in the 30s, because that's the kind of people we are. That's an adolescent level of thinking. You're not thinking at an adult level when you say things like this, when you think things like this. Now, a lot of people say that and they don't mean it. They're full of shit. They know damn well the odds are pretty good they may get divorced down the road, or guys may say that and they're planning on cheating down the road, or women may say that and they know they're going to get bored with a guy in 10 years down the road and do something else. So that's different. I'm talking about when people say it and really mean it. So when you say, I can't have this in my life, be it an Alpha 2.0 business, be it a business that your dad doesn't want you to do, so your dad used to lecture you all the time, and maybe he still does, about how you need to be a dentist, how you need to be an attorney, or how you need to go in the family business, and you're like, no, I want to sell ebooks online, or no, I want to sell products on Amazon, or no, I want to be a consultant, or some other Alpha 2.0 compatible business, and your dad just throws a fit, and you're terrified, or you're terrified to even say that to your dad because of the way he'll react, or your inability to go after these types of relationship models that we're going to talk about in more detail in this course, FBs, OLTRs, OLTR marriage, what have you, because of what your mom is going to say, or what your grandma might think, or what your mom's friends will, I've had that, guys say that, oh, my mom's friends will get really mad, or what your sister will say, or your best friend, or people on Instagram or Facebook will think. When you have that limitation internally, you're not an adult yet, in my opinion. You're still a child. You're not a child, you're a teenager. You're still 14, 15, 13. What's the big thing about teenagers? Peer pressure, right? That's the big thing that everyone's worried about when you're a teenager, right? Peer pressure. Will my peer group accept me? Will people like me? Even people who rebel, teenagers who rebel and shave their heads and get purple mohawks, even those kids, I don't care what anyone thinks. You do care what people think. You just care what those people think. We used to call them new wavers in the 80s. I don't know what you call them now. Emos? You don't call them emos anymore either. I don't know what they're called. Whatever that group is, your peer group, you care a lot about what they think. And so when you lack social freedom, it's because you have not, in my opinion, matured to full adulthood yet. You're still sitting there at about age 14, 15, worried about what your mom might say, worried about what people on Facebook might say or people on Twitter might say. You shouldn't worry about these people. These people aren't you. These people aren't going to help you. You're going to have to help you. You're going to have to do it yourself. You've got to get to a point emotionally where you stop giving a shit. Well, how do I do that? Later in the course, I have several lessons on how to build outcome independence far beyond what I talk about in any of my books. So we're going to go through that in detail. But I want you, if you have that concern, I think most of you watch this video probably do. If you have that concern about what your parents, friends, peers, social media people, or even random people on the internet, if you have that concern about what they will do or say based on what you want to do with your life, you need to write that down, write down who those people are, write down what your concern is, and save that for when we get to the outcome independence lessons, because that's one of the first places you need to attack. If you're outcome independent, you automatically have social freedom. Outcome independence and social freedom are one and the same thing. The reason I have complete social freedom to do whatever the hell I want, because I don't give a fuck what other people think, because I have extreme outcome independence. I don't care. If you care, if you are outcome dependent, which means your outcome dependence is lower, down here, not here, then you don't have social freedom. It's an inverse. Make sense? Really think about this.